This is Will H. He is the Canadian who got famous in that video. You know, unfortunately it was mistitled and everything, but we're here with him to kind of learn his side of the story, clear up a lot of the confusion behind it, because, you know, our channel saw that video both on Chinese social media, and then people also reported it on American social media. And like, there was a video that I saw before I even saw the original, where it was like, it showed a picture of a rich guy, and then it showed like a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, and it's like, yeah, this is the guy. And so like, there was so much like misinformation, the misinformation that came out of that misinformation. But anyways, what happened was, after I made my initial video, Will contacted me, he emailed me, and we've been emailing back and forth once in a while. And now, since Xu Xiaodong talked about it, I said, let's bring Will on. So dude, Will, welcome.
Thank you. It's been a long time coming. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. So, first of all, thank you for contacting me that first time when, you know, I got the information wrong, and then thanks for agreeing to come on.
Yeah, no problem. No worries. Actually, thanks for like clarifying everything. I really respect that.
Mm-hmm. So let's go through, we'll talk about your martial arts journey in a second, but let's just clarify that incident, since that's what everyone wants to know. So it was 2012, and from my understanding, you had a friend that was like, hey, Will, you know, you've been training Muay Thai, you've been training, let's get you to like spar people. Is that kind of how it happened?
Okay, so basically it was around 2012. I recently was unemployed at that time. I just got unemployed. And then my childhood friend that recently went back to China, right, said, yeah, why don't you just come down here, you know, we chill, you know, it's a new country, right? So why not explore, right? So I took all my savings, I went to China, and then, yeah, so when we caught up, I was saying, yeah, we were doing like, I was doing like something called Muay Thai for like maybe around a year or so. And obviously he would be like, yo, you any good, right? And yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm amazing, you know, obviously. But then, yeah, because my coach was always like, yeah, you're amazing, you're the best. He has to instill that in you, right?
And you were training with him like private lessons, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was taking personal training only, mm-hmm. right? For approximately a year. I was training probably once every week or two, mm-hmm. right? On and off. Like sometimes I would train like a lot, maybe 3 days a week, and then I'll just like off for like 2 weeks, you know? Like one of those situations.
Yeah.
But either way, I was really into it. I'm still passionate about it. Mm-hmm. I'm still fighting. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so then your friend kind of like, oh, are you any good? And, you know, because you trained for a year, you're like, yeah, I'm okay, right? That's how you thought.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I thought I was really good. Well, obviously I knew my limits, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, of course I was like, yeah, definitely I have potential. My teacher told me I have potential, you know, mm-hmm. like I could become champion if I want to, you know, mm-hmm. like that mm-hmm. mentality. But obviously I had a long way to go, and I knew that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we were, he was looking for gyms. I guess he knew a few gyms, and one of them was Xiaodong's gym. So during that week when I got there, we went to Xiaodong's gym. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see. And so when Xiaodong told me about the incident, he said that you guys initially asked to spar his students, but he had no students there. So then he's like, Xiaodong said you asked him if you could spar him. Is that kind of how it happened, from your memory?
I actually don't remember how I ended up sparring him, mm-hmm. or sparring or training with him. Yeah. I wanted to go there to train initially. I wasn't like, okay, yeah, bring me like the best fighter in China, and I'm just going to like F him up. It wasn't like that at all. I was mm-hmm. like, yeah, let's take me to a gym, you know, I might learn new things. It's like a foreign land, right? So you will learn something. You will learn something. Sure. So yeah, I ended up sparring Xiaodong. Yeah.
I see.
Not sparring.
Yeah, I mean, it started out maybe the first few seconds sparring, but it got escalated. And, you know, when I rewatched the video recently, I was listening very closely to the background, right? There seemed to be a lot of people in the background, and that's what I was going to ask you about. I know some of them were your friends. How many people were part of Xu Xiaodong's gym that were watching? Do you remember?
I think it was pretty even, actually. I think in total, there were like 10 people in the gym. Mm-hmm. Total, I believe. Yeah. So my friend, I came with my friend, but obviously he had like 2 or 3 friends with them. Mm-hmm. I just met them in China, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see. And then, do you remember who was recording? Was that person one of your friend's friends, or was it one of Xu Xiaodong's friends?
Okay, so I know there were multiple phones recording at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I believe there were different angles of the tape. Yeah.
I see, but ultimately, I think only one ended up going viral online. The angle that we all know now, the one that was kind of filmed maybe a little bit diagonally.
I think there were. I think I recall like 2 angles that were online. Yeah.
Wow. So maybe if I really dig, I can find the other angle too. I don't know if I want to do that, but
pretty well.
because the angle that we all saw in the West was like, it stopped very quickly after he went a little bit overboard, right? I wonder if there was another angle that kind of kept filming a little afterwards just to see like what happened, because like if you look at the original video, he went a little overboard, it seems like, and then he kind of like did a very like, I don't know if passive aggressive is the right word, but he's like, oh, 不好意思, meaning like, oh, I'm sorry, like, but in like a sarcastic way. So it's like,
okay, so my version is that like when I wanted to like just play around with them, right? Mm-hmm. So we went through like the rules, like no elbow, no knees to the head, obviously, right? Mm-hmm. But if I knew he was going to kick me in the face, I'll be like, yo, elbows, yo, knees to the face, like everything, right? The first time I clipped them, I just stopped. Like I had no intention to hurt him, right? Mm-hmm. So if I had like that intention to hurt him, like I wouldn't stop if I like clip him cleanly. So I checked on him, I'm like, yo, are you okay? And then he's like, keep going. Second time I clipped him, like, okay, use full power. By that time, I already know, like, okay, shit, this might turn out to be a fight, right? but then, like, think about it. Think about in my position, right? Like, if I hit a guy and then, like, he goes like, okay, keep going, it's okay. And I go like, no, I don't want to fight anymore. That kind of makes me look like, yo, I'm just going to take 3 shots at this guy, right? And then just, like, run away and go like, oh, I'm sorry. Right, so obviously I'm like, I have to keep going, and like back then I was pretty green, so like my mindset was like pretty, like I didn't really know like the gym etiquette that well. Right? Third time I hit him, I bloodied his nose, and at that point it was like no turning back. So I had to go full force. I'm like, at least I went for it, right? And then after I got knocked out, TKO knocked out. I realized I got baited into a fight. And then later on, like I think like a few weeks after, when I saw the video online, I'm like, oh shit, I got set up. You know what I mean? I didn't get baited, but I got set up, right? So then that pissed me off for a little bit, but I got over it. Yeah. Did
you go to lunch with Xu Xiaodong after, like the day after?
Yeah. So I went to, I believe, dinner, maybe lunch, same thing, right? So. Yeah, I ate with him. He was cool. So it's like, that's why I just felt like really, I like got caught off guard, Because like before the incident, we were cool. Like I shook his hand, like we talked shit, whatever. Like after the incident, I shook his hand, I took a picture with him, like everything was cool. So I'm just like, after when everything happened, I'm just like, oh fuck, where's that coming from, right?
Did you try to like ask him or like after you saw the video, did you try to reach out to him and be like, dude, what happened?
No, I don't know him like that. I don't have his contact.
Oh.
Right? Like that, the day when he did that was the day I first met him. Right? So like even now, like I have none of his contacts. Right?
I see.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. So it's almost like the video floated around, and it seemed like from talking to Shadow, he didn't really know how it got uploaded, and like you didn't know how it got uploaded. So like there's this mystery: who uploaded the video, and how did it go so viral? Like that's something that we might never know.
So I have a theory. Okay. So my theory is that like his student probably like made up a clickbait. Right, and just said, oh, like because the title changed from like gangsters versus martial artists to like, oh, Muay Thai versus Chinese Kung Fu to like, oh, rich kid challenged some dude, some master, right? Well, like the titles were like ever changing. They were like changing all the time, right? I guess Xiaodong just went with it, right? He's like, oh look, I'm getting like 3 million hits, right? Like just go with it. I don't know this guy, right? Yeah. He's like all the way like halfway around the world, anyways, right? So it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
But it's like in my head, I'm like thinking, why did it take him so long to like come out with it? Like, oh, the titles aren't true. So my theory is that like it's just bad PR. Like, you know, like the video itself, if you really look into it, if you're like a trained martial artist, you can see that like I didn't want to hurt him, right? And I didn't come in there looking for a fight, right? So it makes him look like the bad guy. So obviously he has to come out with the truth and go like, oh, hey, look, this is what happened. This guy's cool. This guy didn't challenge me, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But then right now he's like, the way he's like going at it right now, it's like he's kind of like the Robin Hood or the Dark Horse, right? Like he's fighting, like I feel for him actually. Like he's fighting China. Like China's like one of the strongest countries in the world.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I'm kind of rooting for him, but at the same time, it's like, yo, this guy just beat me up for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing I will say though is looking at the clip, it looks like to your knees you were probably aiming at the body, but it did hit him in the face, right?
Yeah, definitely. At that time, I wasn't experienced enough to like aim properly, right? But definitely, I rewatched the tape recently, like for like a week, and I got full palm on him. And then he even had like that, you know, just holding his stomach. No, I could just hit him in the face right away, right?
Yeah.
I knocked actually 2 people out like that.
Wow.
In the face. So, yeah. Now I have a record of, my amateur record is 4-4 and 2 kills, and my professional record is 1-1 right now.
Wow. Well, dude, why don't we talk about your martial arts journey? So let's start from the beginning.